talking with the ghost.
Hey guys, welcome back, Frantic Flames, and today I've got a new tutorial video for you guys. So it's something a bit different today. I thought a lot of you guys in the description have been asking about how I make my channel art, my thumbnails and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a GFX tutorial, and I'm going to be telling you guys how I do my thumbnails, how I create them and all that good stuff. So first off, what you want to be doing, if you haven't got this program already, it is called Photoshop. It is the most popular program out there to be making graphics on when we're talking about like channel logos, banners, all that good stuff. So we're going to be starting with this. If you have got Photoshop, then awesome, we can get straight into the video. If you haven't, go find it on the internet, it's somewhere, or you can go and pay for it, but I'm certainly not going to be doing that because it's like £300. So anyway, let's get into the video. So to start off, you want to go File and New, as you probably know. And if you're completely basic to Photoshop, you've never ever used it before, and you just want to make a thumbnail, then literally follow my steps, follow every single step that I go through. But if you are, if you do have some prior knowledge to this, then you can adapt and just take some tips off this video. So first off, we want to be going with pixels. So make sure this drop down arrow here is pixels and pixels, and then go 1920 by 1080. This is the standard YouTube, and it's 1080p, the standard like YouTube thumbnail area. Okay, don't really bother about like this RGB color, but just copy everything that's on here. It does work for me. And also I like to have the background component as transparent. It just helps me out, and it looks a bit easier. So we're gonna click OK. You can also name it if you want, but I'm just gonna go with OK for now, because I don't really need to name it. So it's going to bring up this type of looking image. Now if it's not similar, then just repeat the steps and hopefully it'll work. But if it doesn't work, then leave a comment and I'll help you guys out. So to start off with, we're going to be having a background. So what we want is a nice background. I tend to use a map from Call of Duty, so I'm just going to go and get that now, and then I'll be back when I've got that image. So if you guys want to go do that now, pause the video, go and get an image of a map from like a COD game or whatever game you're going to be playing, and let me know when you've done that. Let's go. Okay guys, so once you've got your image, you want to be coming on back to Photoshop, and you want to be opening up. So what we want to do for that is we're going to go to File, Open, and then you want to find your thing. So I'm going to go into all my Call of Duty stuff. This is where I keep all my good stuff, and you want to find the image. So I think mine was called Cove or something like that. I don't even know what it was called, so I'm just going to choose a random photo. Let's choose Plaza, because that's quite a nice map to have in the background. So we're going to open it up. Just wait for it to open. For some reason, my computer's being really slow. It's not normal like this, guys. It's probably just because I'm recording with Camtasia Studio, which is like, it lags out my computer when I record. So you want to highlight it with this selection tool here. Just drag from the top left to the bottom right. Then you want to click on this tab here, right click on it, and go to Move to New Window. Then you want to click on this arrow here and just drag it into this bit here. Now we don't have to worry about this window, so you can just get rid of that. So hopefully you've got it on here as well. That's normally how I do my photos, guys. So we've got it on this like little blank space here. So what we're going to be doing now is we want to be adding some textures, some backgrounds, and some, I like to put like a blur on it. So what I want to be doing first is going to Image, Adjustments, and Hue and Saturation. Now what this does when we turn the saturation is up, as you can see, it makes it a little bit nicer and a little bit more vibrant, as you can see, than dark. So it makes it just like the colours stand out a little bit more, which I always like to do. It makes it really nice and colourful. So I'm going to go with +46, but you can adjust it to your image. We're going to press OK on that. So we've got our nice saturation. Now I want to make this a background. I don't want to make it stand out too much, but we're going to be changing like the blur and stuff in a little while, because I don't know how it's going to look with the other stuff. So what I want to do now is I'm going to make a template for a best class setup video. So for text, you want to click onto text here and wait for it to load. It's been really slow at the moment, guys. Honestly, it's not normally like this, but we've got that. So I'm going to go with Bada Boom BB. So I actually downloaded this from a website called dafont.com, because I don't think that the standard Photoshop fonts are the best. So I downloaded this Bada Boom BB. The links will be in the description to download that. And what we're going to be doing now, that's what I use for most of my videos, is we're just going to be typing in best. So what I usually do is just have the first word, and then I'm going to drag it up here, and I'm probably going to stick with that colour for now. I'm going to go to blending options. So what I did there is I right clicked on this layer here. So you right click on it and then you go on to blending options and it should bring up this thing here. So once we've got this here, we want to go, you can add loads of textures, but I'm going to go to stroke right here. So this is a really, really nice thing to use. And as you can see, if you look on the outside of the letters, it's actually getting bigger, black outline and smaller. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to stay with black because it's quite nice with yellow. I'm going to go to gradient overlay is the next thing. And you want to change this blend mode to overlay. It looks really nice with overlay, so if we uncheck that, we can just see the difference. It sort of changed up a bit, and I tend to leave that as it is. It's just it just adds a nice texture. So the last thing we want to do on this blending options tab is we want to go to drop shadow, turn the opacity all the way up to 100, and as you can see here, size, just turn this up a little bit. Now you probably can't tell anything what this does, but it does make a little bit of a difference. If we uncheck it and then check it, you can actually see that is making quite a difference. So we've got that. So now we've got our basic thing. What we can do now is we can duplicate it and then change what it says. So what we want to do is right click on that, press duplicate layer and press OK. So it's going to be on top of it. So make sure you've got your arrow selected and then bring it down here. And then what you want to be doing is changing this. So type on the text tool and highlight it, and then you can just change it to class, which I'm going to have, or whatever you are going to be changing it to. And then when you're dragging it to sort of make it in line here, it normally just snaps, or you can, I don't actually have the ruler thing on at the moment, but you can like drag a ruler. Oh, here we go. So you can drag a ruler like that. And normally it would take like a thing down there, but it normally snaps in position anyway. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm just going to do it one more time. So again, duplicate layer and bring it down one more time and then change it to setup. So there we go. So that's our basic wording. Of course, you can like mix it up, change how close they are together and all that stuff, which I sometimes do. And then you can highlight them all and change them all together. Now, how I did that, guys, is I selected the top layer and then I clicked on the bottom layer and it highlights all three of them. And then just to undo that, you just like press anywhere on this. Oh no, you don't actually. You press like down here in this blank space right here. So we've got the blessed class set up. Now for the gun we want to use, because I always like to put a gun in. So I'm going to be getting a gun of, let's say, a PDW. So I've already got one loaded up, but if you guys don't want another image to put on, then go and get that now. Pause the video, go and get one. So what I'm going to be doing is getting the PDW. So let's see what PDW I've got. So I'm going to get this reloading one because I quite like the reloading one. So I'm going to load it up, and here you go, you can see it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the same technique to put it onto this layer right here now. So we're going to drag from the top left to the bottom right, right click on this tab, move to new window, and then you want to select this arrow and just drag the selection on to here. So that is all you've got to do to move that. So it's quite big at the moment, guys. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to edit, free transform, and this will select it. So it's like a box. So if we do this, it looks a bit weird. It looks like you don't want that, do you? So if you have done that, just press Control and Z and it will take it back to its original image. And then what we're doing is pressing Shift and Alt at the same time, holding down and then drag it, and it will keep it in that normal position. So always hold it down and then drag and then let go of all the keys once you are happy with it. So we're going to press OK there. That's a nice place to put it. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to be pressing right click again, and we're going to go to blending options. Blending options is one of the essential things that you need to know in Photoshop. So we're going to be going to, now we're going to be going to outer glow. So it gives it a nice outer glow instead of stroke today. Well, in this image anyway, not today. So we're going to put it in the opacity all the way up to 100 again, guys, and then we're going to be changing it in the size. So it's got like a nice glow, a nice like sort of outline, I guess you could say. And then we want to be changing the color. So you want to be clicking on this little box color here, I guess it is, and we can change the color. I'm going to change it to the same font. So we've got this like little thing, as you can see on the screen, as the mouse, and it sort of, you can choose the color. So if I chose over here, it should go orange, but I'm going to go with yellow. So I'm going to press OK and press OK again. Now you can change everything like that, and again, what we're going to be doing for this image is make it a little bit brighter, a little bit more happy. We're going to go into image again, guys, adjustments, making sure you've got the layer selected, and hue and saturation once again. Then we're going to be changing the saturation up a little bit more, so as you can see, it gets a little bit brighter. So I quite like that. That's quite nice. So it does make a difference, guys, although you may not be able to notice it at first. It does make a lot of difference. So I think that this is a bit empty at the moment. I always like to fill my thumbnails with maximum stuff. So I'm going to put another text thing here. So we're going to again duplicate these layers. So duplicate layer like we did before, right click on the layer that you want to duplicate, and then we're going to bring it up here like this. So now that we've got this up here, we're going to be changing it, of course, to PDW. and we're going to put an exclamation mark just to make it look cooler. Now, I want to change the color of this now because, you know, I don't want it the same as this, just to stand out a little bit more. It's going to be highlighting all. You guys probably know how to highlight, I'm pretty sure. Then you want to click this color box up here, making sure that you've still got this text on. And then I'm going to change it to a like sort of orange type thing. And of course we've got that gradient overlay that we put on earlier on this one. And we've just duplicated them all, so it should stay on there, guys. And of course it goes from orange to bright orange, which I quite like. I quite like that sort of thing. So that's pretty nice. Now it is quite small, like you wouldn't really be able to see the PDW stand out. So again, we're going to be making the PDW a little bit bigger. So you want to go to Edit, Free Transform. And again, what we did before is we're going to go to Shift and Alt at the same time, and we're going to be bringing it out again. So that is quite a nice size. So we're going to put it there. And of course, guys, I do tend to spend more time on my thumbnails than this video. I just don't want to make this video drag on too much. So this is just like an introduction. If you want to see more of these type of tutorials, then let me know in the comments section below. But I'm pretty happy with that now. And I sort of want this text and this image here to stand out a little bit more. So we're going to blur the background here. This is optional, guys, but I do tend to like to blur the background. So we're going to be selecting this layer down here in the layers box. So just left click on that layer 1 there. You can also rename it to maybe background, just so you have a clearer image of what you're actually doing. So the background here, make sure it's blue highlighted. Then what I want to be doing is a new feature that we haven't actually used before. So we're going to go to filter again, blur, and field blur. So just select that, and it should take a little bit of time to load up depending on your computer. And of course we see it's very blurred at the moment, so I'm going to drag this is a little circle here, so you can like drag it around and it's really blurred, or you can drag it around, it's not too blurred. So I'm going to get it on not too blurred like that. That's pretty nice. And I'm going to be selecting OK. So that's all you got to do for the background, guys. You can also do it for this image, but it won't look very good if you do it for that image. So I'm almost done with this thing now. I'm just thinking it's missing one more thing. So what I like to do is I like to put a fiery background on this to represent flames. So again, we're going to be opening a new image. So go to File, Open, and again, guys, if you don't have an image that you want to put on, then make sure to go and get one. Pause the video and go and get one. Then I'm going to go to this textures folder. I've got loads and awesome textures here, and I always use these for my videos. Oops, just switched my Xbox on. Never good. I'm going to be getting this explosion here. You can also go and get this one. It'll be linked in the description. And then again, guys, we're going to be using the same technique that we have been throughout the video, dragging, right clicking, move to new window, selecting this arrow here and moving it on to this bit here, and we can just get rid of that. So now it might look a bit like this, so it's going to be in front of all your stuff and it doesn't really look that good. So what we're going to be doing is dragging this layer 3, so left clicking and holding whilst dragging down. I'm going to be putting it just in front of the blurred background but behind everything else. So we can put it like that, and that looks a bit small, to be honest. We can also put it behind the PDW if you want, but I'm probably going to put it behind best class setup. So it looks a bit small, so we're going to be making it a bit bigger again, guys. We're going to Free Transform, Edit, Free Transform, and then of course Shift and Alt at the same time whilst dragging it out at one of the corners. It's really up to you. So we're going to be getting it in a nice, that is pretty nice. I quite like that. So we're going to be pressing OK on that. And that is pretty much it. I'm almost happy now. Of course, I'd go over this quite a lot, and I'd like take a look, and I'd probably change a few things. But that is just from prior knowledge, and watching more tutorials, guys, will get your Photoshop skills a lot better. So that's all I can recommend, to be honest, guys. Watching a lot of Photoshop tutorials if you are new. Do Photoshop, and this is pretty much how I create every single one of my thumbnails. It is really that simple, guys. It literally takes me maximum half an hour, minimum about 20 minutes. My iPod's just going off there. And that is pretty much it for today's video, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you want to see more of these tutorials, maybe on my second channel or on this channel even, then smash that like button and let me know in the comments section below if you do want to see it. So that's pretty much been it for today, guys. If you did enjoy, once again, smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. And apart from that, guys, I've been Frantic Flames. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.